What's goody, man? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Hey, rule number one. Rule numero uno. Don't ever in your life wish for a life that is not yours. Listen, man. Listen, we don't get to pick our cards, but one thing is for certain, you must play them. You must accept them and you must play them because they won't change. They won't change. But you can change. You can do better than change. You can grow. You can understand the USP of the hand in which you were given. You can understand your strengths. You can understand your weaknesses. And through understanding your strengths and weaknesses, you can create contingencies. You can create an environment, an ecosystem that compensates for the areas in which you lack and capitalizes off your strengths, what you bring to the table. See, life is not GTA. If you drag someone out of a moving car or attempt to do that, there will be consequences. However, there are aspects of this life that are aligned or can be compared to a game, and I believe one of those aspects is the fact that the higher you rise, the higher levels you reach, the bigger the final boss. And that's the thing that some people don't understand. Most people, I reckon, don't understand is that I think it was Jay. More money, more problems is real life, man. And it's not, money is just the symbol of more, full stop. It's more of anything, more problems, because what you have to understand, what you have to realize is that we share the same world, but we're living very different realities. See, there are many worlds within this world. Worlds you cannot even conceive. You could not even conceive. They are so distant from your reality. And I say all of that to say, like, careful what you wish for, man. And if you're wishing for that, if you're wishing for it, and if you have the perseverance, determination, drive, fortitude to actually get there, understand what you're signing up for, because the grass is often not green, no, you know. And it breaks my heart when, you know, you see people pursue and they actually do it. They get there. They get to whatever there is. And they have the realization that the stories weren't true. And sometimes the stories are true, but you see that void? Getting there, wherever there is, isn't going to fill it. And more often than not, whatever you're looking for is an inside job that no amount of material gain will fill. It's sad, it's crazy, but I feel like this is a realization that the sooner you have, the better, you know. Thinking back to my first job where like I saw like real money, and you know, one of the biggest organizations in the world, I really was the unhappiest I'd ever been. And that was due to a variety of factors. I mean, and even the job itself, like, you know. But my point is, my fundamental point is, like, there's no amount of more that is going to heal your core. There is no amount of more that's going to heal your core. That work that you need to do can be done exactly where you are. Like, but the difficulty is the kind of healing the kind of restoration, that hole, what it's going to take to fill that hole is, some could say, harder than chasing money, chasing immediate gratification, because you actually have to look real deep in the mirror. You have to really look within yourself, and you have to undo years, decades worth of learning, of, some would say, programming, and then you gotta learn a whole bunch of new norms, values, ways of thinking. You have to reframe your entire being, your entire mind, to be geared, in some cases, in a completely different direction. And that's not easy, because that pursuit, you see no finish line, or there's no visible finish line. And at least for me, it's one of them where you don't really ever know you've made the progress until you kind of like are way past that finish line. Then you look back, or you're in a moment, or there's like a stimulus that would have reaped a different kind of outcome prior to that healing, and you recognize that growth within yourself as you navigate it as your new self. And moments like that are crazy and beautiful, and they can be painful, because that in that moment it can kind of like bring back everything that went into making you that old person. It's like a bittersweet thing, because like it accentuates what was, but then it also like encourages hope for what is now is and will be. Yeah, man. Listen, God is great, life is good. The reality in which you reside within now may not be optimal, but life is good. And you have to decide that inside. It's not about toxic positivity, but rather radical accountability. Despite everything external from yourself that's gone into who you are, who you've become, you take it all and you squeeze it like a ball of clay, and then you start to shape whatever you want to see. You don't need new cards. You just need to understand the beauty in yours. Or at least that's what I tell myself, eh?